My name is Ashley Wilson, and I would like to introduce my guest, my grandpa on my mom's side, Suresh Shah.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
No, I love you more. Go ahead.
Right, so the first question, did you have any family in America before you came?
Before I came, no, I did not. I had one friend in Logan, Utah, but no family.
Okay.
I was the first one in my family.
And how much of your family is in America now?
I would say about at least 5 or 6 cousins all over the country, plus their wives and their families. It's a whole bunch of them, but maybe 5 or 6 cousins, one in Sacramento, one in Los Angeles, one in Dallas or Austin, and one in Cincinnati, and a couple others, I don't know where.
Right, and what sacrifices needed to be made for you to stay in America?
It wasn't a matter of sacrifice, it was just a matter of change, a complete change of culture, change of food, change of language, just a complete change. It wasn't sacrifice, it was just a little bit hard first year or two, but then I adjusted pretty fast and there was no problem. Then I sailed right through.
And why did you come to America?
I came because my uncle had come here just for travel, and he always talked about sending me to foreign countries to study, and I was kind of adventurous person, so I decided to come to America. I applied for Utah State in Logan. I got the admission, and I had one friend in Logan, so I came to Logan first.
Would you move back to India if you had the chance?
No, I would not, because I have beautiful grandkids here. This is my home now.
How is life in America different for you than life in your home country of India?
Its life is just almost totally different. Most people would have a hard time for a long time because of culture, the language, the food. It's just a very open society here. India is very closed. For example, boys and girls can't even touch each other until they get married, not even hold hands. It may have changed a little bit now, but everything is arranged like weddings and everything. It's totally different. Just such a vastly different culture that it's like night and day. It's very, very different. In other words, when I went to India last year, there are a lot of questions I wouldn't even answer if they asked me, because they would be offended, as we would be offended with some things that other people do. So, like for example, eating meat. If somebody asked me, I would not answer that question. Do my family, my kids, my grandkids, do they eat meat? I would not ever answer that question. Luckily, nobody asked. But if they had, I would not answer that because they would be so upset, they wouldn't sleep at night. So it's totally different culture. Even though 50% of India is now non-vegetarian, everything is changing. Every other block there is a McDonald's or it's all American anymore. Everything is getting Americanized, the movies, the restaurants, Pizza Hut, Domino's, McDonald's, all over the place. So everybody's getting Americanized, and everybody likes America and want to come here, the young kids. They all want to come here, don't know why, but they want to come here because they hear so many good things.
And how were you treated when you first came to America?
Say that again?
How were you treated when you first came to America?
First couple of years, all I worried about is the school, and I stayed with 2 or 3 other Indian kids, Indian guys, and I never really associated with anybody. It was just going to school and home and study. School, home, and study. There was nothing else in my life. But everything slowly changed. Then I got to know a few people, and I started dating. I started and when I got my job, my first job after I graduated in chemical engineering, I got my job at Lytton Industries, Lytton Data System. There were about 500 people working there, and half of the plant became my friends. They all liked me, I liked them. For example, to my wedding, there were at least 100 people from Lytton. So I kind of started mixing in pretty fast. And later, when you get in car business, and I bought a couple of car dealerships, they will get you Americanized faster than anything. So I became all American pretty much, even though you never lose your accent. But I like American culture and American people, and got along with 99% of the people really well. I just fit in really good.
Was your family supportive of you coming to America?
My family was very supportive for me to come to go to college, but not to get married over here. They wanted me to go back and get married to an Indian Jain lady in my own religion, and they didn't like me getting married to another religion, and they were all upset. But once they met my wife in 1965, they were all happy. There was no problem anymore, including my mom. She just fell in love with Bev, my wife, Beverly. So everything just worked out slowly.
And how have you adjusted to American society?
Just like I said, American society, after I got married, it was a lot easier because it was like going to Bev's church, going to being with her friends, make friends with her friends, or she was teaching school, and her teacher friends became my friends. And I just made lots of friends through her, and made lots of friends where I was working. And everything just worked out better than expected, just really good. And people really like me. I think sometimes I think they like me even more than I like them. So it all worked out good.
And how have your thoughts on America changed since you first came?
America hasn't changed that much. India has changed a lot. It's become so much Americanized. America in 50 years, one thing that I'm disappointed, like I met Martin Luther King at India Student Association in Salt Lake, where I was the president of the club of the India Student Association. And him and I both had a long talk, and we were hoping that black people would join in the white culture within 50 years. Well, it has happened, but not quite like it should. I think it needs another 50 years for equality to take place in this country. Other than that, there is not too much change. There is a little too much greed. Some people are a little more selfish. Other people are not. But that's true everywhere. But main difference is the darker people, brown and black people, still do not have equal opportunities. Even though people will say they do, but they don't. That's only disappointment.
And who are some of your American heroes?
I met John F. Kennedy. I shook hands with him. I didn't meet him, I shook hands with him. And I listened to his lecture in Salt Lake City when he came, when he was running for president. He's my first hero, then Martin Luther King, then Ronald Reagan, and Obama also is my hero.
Why is Ronald Reagan one of your heroes?
Because he destroyed communism, so to speak, with Russia, and he broke the wall. He asked him to get down the wall, and he became a very popular president. And even though I did not agree with everything he did, I did most of it, and I liked him a lot. I liked John Kennedy the most. as a president. And probably Reagan and Obama second and third, about equally. I like Obama more than most people do in this country right now, for a lot of personal reasons, and a lot of reasons because I study all this. And I think he has done a much better job than he gets credit for. And there's so many people still hate him, and that's one part I don't like about America. People, they still don't think he is an American. There's still about 10 or 15% of Americans, they don't think he was even born here. And we are talking about older ladies, real nice ladies, they believe that he's not an American, he's a Muslim, and he wasn't born here. They still believe that. That's a disappointment, because I think he's a great man. He's a great speaker, and he's respected all over the world, except here. He's like 58% right now. He has 58% popularity, but 40% of the people absolutely don't like him, and 20% just hate him. And that hate, I don't like the word hate for anybody, because he's a good father, good husband, good man, has lived a good life, good lawyer, done a lot of social work, but he's not going to get the credit from some people, because they just hate him. And nobody should hate anybody without having good knowledge of what is going on. So those are my heroes.
Thank you.
That's all?
Oh, that's